Hi everyone, my name is Rose and this is the update for Beauty HC, which is a Fantastic Ladies collaboration. What's it called? It's not a playlist, it's a Google Doc with everyone who's doing it. It'll be in the description box. So yes, let's get started. So first product I have is for C, and this is a Wet n Wild eye pencil in copper, and I have 11 uses this past month, which is pretty good. I mean, I think last month I had like 8, so that's like pretty close, but before that I was only getting like 5s and stuff. So, and it moved from there to there, so like it's still like a lot of pencil, but whatever. I mean, I'm wearing it today in my wallet, and then in the outer like third of my eye. Next is for D and V, and that's the blush and bronzer I'm currently working on. I'll show you where it was last time. So here's the blush. The pan has expanded on the blush quite a bit, I think. I mean, it's still pretty small, but I mean, I'm using it all the time. I'm using it like most of the time. This last month I kind of played around a bit because I got some new blushes and I was like, oh, I want to play with my new ones. But the bronzer doesn't really look that different. But yeah, that's where I am for this one. Is for D and this one's for V. This is the Kat Von D powder in Sombre. I think it's the lightest of the brown shades in the Shade and Light face palette. And then this is technically the freaking powder, but this pan is originally the Wet n Wild Princess Daiquiri's blush. So yeah, those are those two. Next is for G, and this is the blue glitter that I've been working on with the one polish, and I have 4 uses on it, and there's only this much left. I think it's only going to be 2 or 3 uses, but I was going to stop using the polish that I was working with this when this glitter was done, but I was like looking through like my nail stuff, and then I found this glitter that is similar. As you can see, this one's a little bit more green, but they're really close. This one's just a little tiny bit more green. But yes, I'm gonna start using this one, and I'm gonna dump like the rest of this into this when it's like when I can. And so I'm just keep tallying for this one too. So, and I'm hoping you get way more use because it's not even halfway the polish. So yes, so I'm gonna be using that for a little while longer, but it's okay. Next is for H, and that's the LA Colors purple polish. And I've basically been doing the blue and then this shade like alternating some mostly. I don't do tallies with this, but it basically moved from there. Let me see if I can. Okay, it moved from there to there, so very little. I don't think I can show you any better. Yeah, there's this like line of blue that I need to mix it up every time before I use it, but I'm hoping I can finish this off before the end of the year. I don't think I'm gonna get to the last polish that's in this project besides the two that I'm currently working on, and that's okay. I'll just put it in next year's, and that's fine. I've just kind of not really focused on these as much as I thought I would. So yeah, maybe next year I'll like dial it back and only put like 2 or 3 instead of 4. So yeah, but yeah, that's all I'm gonna say. And then next for I and M is my concealers that I mixed together with some moisturizer and I'm using for foundation. And I've used that 15 times, which is quite a bit. Like I was like getting like 5 to like 7 before, and 15 is like a huge jump from that. It's like I wore makeup so much. I think I could have gotten to 20 if I hadn't had this reaction with my eyes. I think it was because I like was wearing makeup more, so my eyes were just slightly drier, and I have a hard time not rubbing them when they like get itchy. So like I think I was rubbing them too much too, and I think it was like a chain of reactions kind of thing. At first I thought it was like maybe I'm allergic to something, and I was like doing some patch testing on my eyes kind of, because that was the only irritation. I'm like it was like on my eyes, so like I was doing some patch testing, but nothing was causing really any irritation. So I'm like, okay, maybe it was just this chain of events. But yeah, so but yeah, this is where it's at right now. And if I keep going with this, I think if I just used this, it will be done by the end of the year. But I think I think in another month or two I'm gonna put some more of this into there and like mix up some more, because I would really love to empty this too. This one, which is I forget which letter this one is. This one is the M1, because the other ones are empty, and I would love to empty this one, but like we'll see. We'll see where things take us. Yeah. Next is for J, which is the e.l.f. Jellypop primer, which I've used this 17 times. 2 more times than the other thing, but not much more. But yeah, and it actually is like went down a little bit. It kind of is up in the middle, and then it's like down on either side, but actually moved a little bit. But it's getting pretty flat, and I think I can finish this before the end of the year. So especially if I keep wearing makeup as much as I have been this last month. But we need to see. I want to see how my eyes react and all that stuff. I need to like take it easy, and like I really need to just not rub them when they're itchy, because then that just causes more irritation. But I have a hard time doing that. So yeah, but I use this 17 times, so that's good. Okay, for the next letter is O, and that's the orange and cream lip scrub. And I have 5 uses on that. That's not much. I've kind of been forgetting about this lately, but like I still think I could finish it off before the end of the year. Like it kind of looks like a lot, especially on that side, but I'm still hoping I can finish it off. Like, but we'll see. I just need to remember to use it. Next is for P. That's this Persona lip gloss in coral. I have 20 tallies on my sheet, but that's probably way off because I have actually just been reaching for this so much. I probably use it 2 or 3 times a day. It's really nice. I usually just put it on my lips when my lips dry, and it's like really nice and moisturizing. It sinks in. I really fall in love with this formula, and I want to get different colors because I don't love this color. I feel like it pulls really red orange on me, and I don't really like reddy orange colors, but I love this. And yeah, so yeah, But I'm gonna keep just, I'm not gonna remember to tally all the times I use this, but like how I was doing it lately is just every time I open a sheet after I did my makeup, I just added like 2 or 3 tallies to the persona gloss. Just be like, yeah, I use it sometimes. But yeah, so what is that? Next is for R, which is the facial radiance pads. My First Aid Beauty, I used them 6 times. I have very few left. This is probably still like 10 or something though, but very few. This will definitely be done by the end of the year too. It's just one of those things that's just gonna take a while because I only use it like a couple times a month. So next is for T, and that's the Sinful colors Blue in the Dark. This is the one I'm using with the glitter. And it barely moved. It went from there to there probably because it's like starting to thicken up, and I would love, I mean the bottle's starting to like whiten, but I would love to get more like halfway. That's why I added the other glitter, because I was really like, oh, if I want to use it 2 or 3 more times, I don't think it will move that much more. So I would really love to get at least halfway, and that way I could maybe add another polish into here and like make it a little less sheer, and then I can use it without glitter and stuff. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes and where I can get it to for that. So yeah, for you is the It Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer, and I've used this 8 times, so like a good bit. I usually go through spurts where I'm like using it almost all the time when I'm doing my makeup, and then like almost not using it because when sometimes because I only use it to cover up breakouts. So like it depends on if I'm breaking out or if I'm not, and if I'm not, then it's like then I'm not to use it. Already did V. For W, I have the Bite lipstick, Bite Beauty Amuse Bouche Liquify Lipstick in Whip, and I used it 5 times. I'm wearing it today. I don't have it like mixed with anything, but yeah, I think this is actually getting emptier, but I don't know for sure. But I'm sorry, but I feel like it's kind of getting emptier, but I don't know. I mean, at the end of the year, I think I'm just toss this, whatever's left in it, because I've realized I don't really like this formula anymore, and I've gotten rid of all my other ones of this formula. And yeah, so at the end of the year, I'm just get rid of this. Probably just toss it because I've used it a good bit, like. But yeah. And last for Y is this roller gloss, and it went from there to there, and I'm actually gonna be taking this out of this project now, even though it's not all the way used up. There is some cat hair stuck in there. Sometimes it looks super cloudy, but there's like little hairs just like in there and stuff, and I'm gonna be moving soon, and I just don't want to take this with, so I'm just be tossing it very shortly. So yeah, so one thing moving out of this project, so I'm so happy about that. And yeah, I mean, I'm getting used of I think everything except for the other polish that I'm just not touching. But if I can get this to halfway and this empty, I would call it a success and stuff. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and bye.